Hey everybody, I'm Kathy Ratliff and welcome to my corner. It's been probably a month or so since I spoke to you last. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel, I do several kinds of things on my channel, but this particular thing that I'm doing today is called a Flosstube, and it's about my cross-stitching adventures. And I've been gone a while because I've been so sick. I think I'm well now. But I've had a series of sort of bronchial issues. And I think I had them I know I had them at StitchCon, and which was June, second week in June, right? And then it just lasted until maybe Sunday, this past Sunday. So, and I don't want to make a video when I have to blow my nose every 2 seconds and all that. It is, I don't know what today is. It's July. It's the end of July. And it's hot all over the United States of America. So I hope you're staying hydrated. It's just awful in some places. It's hot here, but this is normal hot. We have rain ever so often, so it's okay. At 9 o'clock this morning, it was 85 degrees, feels like 97, and the humidity was in the 80s. So I live in Central Florida, so that's the way it is. I also talk about some other things on my channel, like gardening, and just FYI, my garden this year, total fail. And I have just learned that I'm not having another garden again unless I build me some raised beds and haul in some good dirt, because it's just so sandy, and I add things to it, but not enough. So the only thing that really will grow in my garden is okra, which nobody else likes but me, and bell peppers. They love it. Everything else, the bugs get to it and such. So again, welcome to my channel. I have some FFOs that I'm really proud of. I have a couple of videos that are Fabulous Fun Friday finishes. And I filmed it and everything. Filmed myself framing these because I cut the frames up. I did the whole thing myself. But at the end of everything, I thought, you know what? All I did was watch somebody else's video. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. I watched her video about pinning a piece to board and then putting it in a frame. And then I watched Nicola Parkman. That's Hands Across the Sea. Hands Across the Sea? H-A-T-S. Yes, Hands Across the Sea. I watched her video about lacing. So I tried both. And I actually think lacing is easier, which is crazy. But if you pin something, it's hundreds of pins. And if you get it wrong, you have to unpin a bunch of pins. So I really found lacing to be the easier way, because you can manipulate where things are and straighten things out much faster. And I think I didn't put the back on the lacing one, so I can show you that one. So here we go. First, I framed this one. I don't have glass on any of these. This is a cheapy plastic frame, but I got it. This is, oh golly Moses, I'll think of it. It's the name of the pattern is You Had Me at Flamingo. And I'll go check right now on who made it. So stay right there. This piece is You Had Me at Flamingo, hands-on design. There it is right there. And I did it must be 28 count, a mystery linen, 28 count. And it does not, if you look, I took some things off, and instead of putting that alphabet up there, I just charted my name of my YouTube channel, Kathy's Corner. So yay. That's that piece. This is a little $2 plastic frame. That's it. And then I finished this one and framed it. I cut this frame. No, was this? Yeah, this frame was black, a blackish brownish. It's also a plastic frame. I spray painted it white and framed that one. This one is pinned. I think I got the lines pretty straight. And after I did it once, I wasn't going to do it again. And this is The Day by Plum Street Samplers. There's the pattern. I used DMC mixed with called for. And I did this on 28 count. Took me a long time to do. That's the one I finished at StitchCon. And I usually write down in my books what kind of fabric. And I always forget that fabric, and it starts with a B, and you're probably saying it. I'll remember it in a minute, and I'll tell you. I also framed, I'll put a picture in right here. Pause for picture. I finished Starbarks. It was a gift for my daughter-in-law's birthday. I showed it to you in my last video. There it is right there, Starbarks, Plum Street. And I put the names of her 2 wiener dogs up above there, Porter and Carlin. And she was very grateful to get that. I was really happy. By the way, don't send things UPS, that's all I had to say. So I'll show you that one. And I don't have that anymore. And then I've had this one finished for quite some time. And I was just waiting for the right frame. The first frame I made didn't work right, and so I had to go get my husband. My husband does the sawing, and I had to go get him to saw a little bit, and I had to use a Dremel to kind of make things look better. But this is What Remains by Blackbird Designs. And mine pretty much looks like that. It's also 28 count for something else. I'll look it up in my book. I'm sorry. I'm so proud of this. Woohoo! There it is. Which one was laced? I laced the flamingos. I thought I left the back open, but I didn't. The flamingos were laced. So I guess I'll show you this up close. This was a antique frame I got from somewhere. And I put my husband's and my, the year we got married. And I put my husband's name there, Tom. You can see it in person. And then I put my name right there. You can see it much better in person. So I'm really proud of that. Yay, I have 2 samplers done. And as I always do when I edit this, I'll put the names of everything I used in there because we got back from vacation. Let me just tell you, we weren't on vacation. We were at a race. My husband's a full-time chaplain for Races for Christ. So we've been at a couple of races for 10 days. And I always clean my house. I know you do this too. You clean your house before you go somewhere, right? Because it's wonderful to walk into a clean house. So I clean my house. But 5 minutes after you return, you're taking everything. We went in a motorhomes. We have lots of things. And, you know, we're not wealthy enough to have, you know, to leave the stuff in the motorhome. You know, we take a bunch of stuff with us. And in 5 minutes, my house looked like crazy. Looked crazy. So anyway, my house was a wreck. Oh, the reason I said that, I'm losing my mind. The reason I said that is because my book of days, it's just a calendar book I got that I put stickers in, but my book of days is somewhere, and that has all the names of everything in it, and I don't know where it is. I don't know. It's somewhere. So let's talk about what I've been stitching. I've been stitching a lot. So let's see. The thing I stitched on the most, I didn't stitch on this on vacation because I have, let's see if I can show you. This is a lamp. It's a lamp my husband got at a thrift store. And it has a magnifier here. And this is my stitchy spot right here. I didn't have that with me, obviously. And this is 40 count, 46. This is 46 count. So I didn't stitch on it while it was gone, but I have stitched on it right before I left. And I don't know if you've followed me or watched any of my other videos. This is a piece I started over because I had started it on 36 count and I didn't like the coverage. I'm using 103s. And so I have stitched some on this. That's all I've stitched. Oh, I guess if you saw the name of the piece, you might know it. And I dyed this linen myself. This is, I Had a Father Kind and True, 1844, Alice Clark, 1844. I hashtagged this, just Alice Clark, 1844, if anybody wants to, you know, show pictures of theirs. It's huge. It's really big. It's by Cross Stitch Antiques. She's a really cool gal. She has a lot of, she just reproduces antiques all the time. And I coffee tea dyed mine, Stitching with the Housewives. I followed their video on that. And my restart is that. So that's okay. It's big. But I coffee tea dyed it, and it has, you bake it in the oven, and that's how you get those marks. They're not quite as bold as they are when I hold it up close. They're just mixed in there. So I'll get started on that again today and get some stuff done, because now I have my magnifier, and here's the bag I made to keep my 103s in. Yay! I've never stitched with them before, but boy, oh boy. Oop, there's a red one. Uh-oh, never mind. Don't get that, don't pull on that. The Stitching with 103s silks, I think, yeah, is it's just like butter. Flows through there like butter. I've been stitching like a fiend on this. This is an old whip from last year that I put in timeout because every time I started it, I messed up. You ever have those? And no, it is not ironed. So here it is. So I've been doing, I probably went from here down and went from here over. And then I also did the butterfly and started the lady. And this is, look, I'm showing you the piece before I show you the pattern. That's just, I'm backwards today. This is Teresa Kogut, Above All. A lot of people stitched this 2 years ago, maybe? No, one, because I think it's 2022. And where I messed up, well, my first mistake was the birds. I got the birds too close to the heart. So once I did one, I went ahead and did the other one that close. Well, you know very well that if you change something in one spot, changes everything, right? So I started on this little plant right here, and oh my, I ripped that thing out twice. And that's when I put her in timeout. And then when I got her back in timeout, I started again, had to rip out some more. I said, okay, wait a minute. We're just gonna go on to another place. So that's when I decided I'm gonna do the butterfly, I'm gonna do the girl, I'm gonna do the guy, I'm gonna finish the border, and the very last thing I'm gonna do is this. And I wrote myself a note on the pattern. I need to move this over too because of my boo-boo, you know, but yeah. Oh, I will tell you something else I'm doing differently in this one. And I say it over and over again every time I show this. I added some blue to it because I like blue. It's like a periwinkle blue. So see the butterfly? I put blue in him. I put blue in that heart, in the inner heart. And every other flower here is blue. Or that periwinkle blue. And then I'm also going to make the berries here blue. I may make them blue and red. But I just need some blue in here because it's all autumn-y looking and I didn't want it total autumn looking. So that's how I changed it. So that was my thing I stitched on a ton when I was up in Bristol. That's where we went for the race, was Bristol. I'm doing that in call for overdyed thread. That is PTP Relic. 28 count, picture this plus Relic. That one I know because I have the card there. And let me see if I had the card. Oh, I have the card of this one. Is there another piece? Have I shown you that? Oh yeah, I've been stitching a lot. You'd think I didn't plan anything. By the way, hello table 45 and 46 and 47. Or hello the 3 table friends. I got like 50 new subscribers, and because I'm sure it's because of StitchCon. So thank you so much if you're a new subscriber. I just wrote all my new subscribers thanking them up to 2 months back because I'm just not good about things like that. I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm going to show you the pattern first. This is what I should be doing, as if there's rules to this. There's only one rule, but there's 2 rules. One rule is you don't show the patterns. The second rule is you do what you want, right? Am I right? Okay, this is Rejoice Evermore by Brenda Gervais. I've been working on this for a while. It's so pretty. And look, it's got blues. It's got blues in it. So pretty. And a red house. Everybody likes a red house. And those are little blue birds in there. So I've been going like nuts on this. And on this one, I stitched it using 32 count white Belfast linen. Okay, the big one that I showed you, the Alice Clark one, that's Belfast linen, 46 count. So I bought, it's like my favorite. I really like it. It's a bit loose. It's not tight. But I haven't even, made very many things. Those are my only samplers I've ever made. So it's not like I know what I'm talking about. Just saying. I will say that from here on out, all my samplers, I will do on 36 or 40. The 46 count, I only did it because it's a huge sampler and I didn't like the coverage on 36. And that's what it was stitched in originally. And I can do it. I won't do 46 count again. No, and never say never, right? But I can do 40 count with that magnifier. And I have to use it for 36 count too. I like those because it's 1 thread over 2. Is that what it is? Yes, it's 1 thread over 2. So anyway, Belfast, that's what this is. This is going to be 15 by 15 or 16 by 16, something close. So that's what I'm doing, 32 count, 2 threads over 2. And let's show you. Those are overdyes. Oh, you got to see these colors. They're so pretty. Look at those colors. And yes, my DMC is just hanging there. I had to buy some more, and so that's just hanging there. I'll tell you what I did learn that I didn't know, because I don't know. Nobody really tells you, and when you're in a store, they don't know if you know what you're doing. Unless you ask. I didn't ask because I'm shy. Right, Tammy? I'm shy. So I didn't ask, and when I first bought these patterns, not the Alice Clark, but the other ones, I didn't know that if you look on what it was stitched on, like if it was stitched on 40 count, That uses way less thread than if you stitch on 32. So if you're going 1/2, you don't use half as much. And so you need more thread. So literally, I ended up buying 2 of everything, which makes it much more expensive. Thus, why I want to stitch on 36 count so that I don't have to buy as much. And I think in the future, I'm going to use more DMC just because it costs, you know, way more to use overdyed. And on special things like the Alice Clark, that's special. That's going to be an heirloom for my family to keep after I'm gone. The others, I hope they want them. Or they can sell them on eBay. I'll be gone, I won't care. Anyway, I just need to save some money. I'm retired now. Thank you. I'm retired, but that means I have to watch my pennies. Literally, watch them, okay? So I think I'll use DMC. I've seen a lot of things done in DMC that are just as pretty as overdyed. Overdyed, I like the variegation. So what I think I'll do is I'll look at a piece and like if there's a house in it, I would use overdyed on the house just so I can see variegation because I love that variegation. And if you don't know what that means, variegation is the change in color. This is deep fennel. And I don't know if you can see the variegation in that or not. I hope you can. I'm not really sure if you can. But it just gets lighter and darker through the string. So I've done quite a lot. I finished the border. Let's see, let me hold this. I'll just show you that. I finished the border. Now I still have to do, the little strawberry thing, but, so there's that. There we go. And this is the first time I've done a satin stitch. Here, I'm gonna hold it like this. Look, this is how lots of people hold their things. But see, I wore a shirt today that covers up this part of my arm because nobody needs to see that, y'all. Nobody needs to see it. This is the first piece that I did satin stitch on. And some people say satin stitch for the end. I didn't because I don't follow many rules. This right here, this top band and that bottom one, that's satin stitch. And unfortunately, I didn't read the directions. I know some of y'all are like that. I didn't read the directions and it's supposed to be using one strand of thread for all those. I used 2. And I like the way it looks. It's kind of puffy. All right, so that's Rejoice Evermore. And then I had, wait, let me see if I stitched on this one. This is Cottage Garden Samplings, A Year in the Woods. Oh yeah, I stitched like 5 stitches. You know, I've had that for 3 years. You know, I bought a lot of Year in the Woods a while back. And I don't know if I want to stitch them now. So they're kind of in a place, you know. They're just in that, because I don't want to stitch it just because I have it. I want to stitch it because I want to stitch it. So I'm putting that on hold or just stitching my favorite one first. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I want to stitch them all, but there's no way. I'm not going to stitch them all. I think there's 12 or 9. Hi, Katie. My dog just walked in. So I am stitching Lady Liberty by Blackbird Designs. I'm not making a drum. I am making one piece. And what I decided to do for this one piece was put the lady out front, Lady Liberty, put her out front, and then then the this right here and the flag. So I measured out stuff, and you'll be real impressed with this. So that's the flag that Lady Liberty holds. Look at all those threads. Look at that little thing. That's the flag. So again, this is the piece. This is 40, oh, I put it on my tag. I started hanging these tags. This is the only one that has the tag. I did this on 36 count Belfast, 1 thread over 2. And I'm using DMC and Weeks Dye Works of my choice. And the piece is only going to be, it's only going to be this big. So Lady Liberty's going to go right here. And the flag, the pattern for the flag is quite long. Like if you see this flag goes really far down this way, I'm going to cut the flag off, like right about here, and it'll be fine. So she's going to be right here, and the flag's going to go to here, and then if I have room, I'm going to put like this little bordery thing around the whole deal. So we'll see how that works. I'll let you know how that works. I just know how dusty my house gets, and if I set a drum somewhere, it will get too dirty with just dust. We have lots of dust. Now you say, well, you don't put glass on your pieces. No, but I dust my pieces with a feather thing. And the Alice Clark one, I'm gonna spend the money on that one because it'll take me 3 years, 4 years to stitch, because I can't really, I just don't want to stitch on one thing, you know, for a long time. So that one I'll put museum glass on, and you know, I still build my own frame, but I'll get them to cut me some museum glass and put the little stoppers in there that kind of separate it from the glass. Because we live in Florida. It is very humid here. And even pictures that I have framed have gotten stuck to the glass because of the humidity. So you got to be careful around these parts here. One more thing I wanted to talk about. I haven't bought anything except some thread to double up on some of those pieces I showed you. I did read this book, The Giver of the Stars. Highly recommend it. The Giver of the Stars by Jojo Moyes. This is a story about women who worked in the library system in the, okay, there weren't cars, so it was, I would say 1800s, early 1900s. It's about the women who took books up in the hills of Kentucky to people, like a mobile library, but they did it on horseback. And it's just a story of these, I think it's 3 ladies who did that, and things that happened in their life that were tragic. I just absolutely loved it. So I'm reading another one right now that I have obviously misplaced. Olivia, oh Lordy, I'll write it right up here. It's about a woman who is young and has had a tragic childhood. Tragic. And that's why she behaves like she does. She's very odd. People don't understand her, but you just go on this journey with this odd young woman, and just a heart feeling kind of book. That's what I'm reading now. And then I'm also at the same time gonna start Mary Higgins Clark. I've been reading her for years. These are murder mysteries, but there's no gore, there's no cussing, there's no humor, but they're murder mysteries. And she just writes, she just knows the formula. You know, I wish I could write like her. Mary Higgins Clark, anything by her, I think is good. And then Janet Ivanovich, she wrote a series of books that have numbers. at the top, and she's written other ones too. This is 11 on Top by Janet Ivanovich. It's a Stephanie Plum novel. Stephanie Plum is like a bounty hunter or detective kind of like person. She's hilarious. I feel like she's in her 30s, maybe late 30s. And she just has this secretary that's hilarious. And these are funny books. They're hilarious. There is some cussing in here from time to time. Not enough to make me throw it down. But just, you know, if you don't like that, then don't read them. There's also some innuendos of things in here. But it's not, I wouldn't call it dirty. I just, you know, you need to know that. Because some people don't like that either, and that's fine. Don't read it. This, wow. So these are, this is funny, mystery, heartfelt stuff right here. And I can read because my kids are grown. I'm retired. Yay! Well, it's good to talk to you again. What else do I have to say? I didn't buy anything. I've been good. I thought retirement, I thought I'd stitch more, but I actually don't. And that's because I've waited for years to fix things in my house or make things look different or decorate an area that's never been decorated. And that's on my mind all the time. Now, I'll never get done with that. We have a rather large house and we have 5 acres. So there's always something breaking. And there's always something to do. So I enjoy decorating and painting things. I'm repainting the inside of my house for the last time in my life. And I kind of want to do that too. I kind of want to do that more. I also, for those of you that were at StitchCon know that I got a bum knee. I got 2 bum knees, but I got a bum knee. And my Medicare officially kicks in September. So I'm waiting for that to have, I have a couple of tears and 3 cysts, and it's just spaghetti and meatballs in there. So I'll have that done in September, and then I'll be able to start exercising again, because I had started running again, and then that's when my knee said, we don't want you to do this. Both of them said that. So walking upstairs, I had to go one at a time. It doesn't hurt if I'm just very careful, and I've been very careful. At the races, I was very careful. I walked 5 miles a day there, but I didn't walk up or down anything, and that's what really makes my knee hurt, is just, normal stuff like walking up and down. So that right there, one at a time. Well, I hope you've had a great month. I'll get back with you probably in a month. And maybe I'll show some videos of me changing and decorating some stuff, because I really enjoy doing that. I won't even show you my garden. I just want you to picture, it's about 15 by 15, the garden, 15 feet by 15 feet. And the weeds in it are up to my waist. So, I went out there yesterday, and my dogs, I told my dog, I have a fence around it, so I started pulling the fence out so I can just get in there and mow. And my dogs wouldn't even go in there. So it's pretty sad. Fail. I'm gonna have a raised bed garden. And I'm gonna get some chickens soon. If I don't get chickens soon, well, I'll just buy the chickens, and then maybe Tom will build a chicken coop. How's that? I'll buy the chickens, get the chicken coop. So I love you. Take care of yourself. Have a great month, great week, a great day, and God bless you. Bye. Oh, like and subscribe if you can. Bye.